breaking news, they're coming in. Rupee falls past 70 for the first time ever. Rupee breaches 70 per dollar for the first time in history. That, of course, being the big breaking. Let me go across to Mubina, who's joining me live for more on this. Mubina, take us through the details of this.
Well, 70 gone for the dollar versus the rupee equation. And do remember, we are not alone in this free fall that you are witnessing in currency markets. Yes, of course, the Indian currency undoubtedly is one of the worst performers among the entire Asian market pack. You have the yuan, which has fallen quite a bit, but the rupee certainly has been a very big victim. But you know, the sell-off is not only limited to India. We have seen across the globe a sell-off in emerging market currencies come by, starting off, of course, first with the Turkish lira, which has been in a free fall just in the last 5 odd days. We have seen a 25% drop come by in the Turkish lira, and I think that's really the genesis of this entire currency crisis that we are witnessing that's currently going on. The way the currency in the Turkish markets have actually devalued the last couple of days. There's been a significant depreciation. It's something that has also bolstered the dollar, because do remember, usually there's a flight of capital. There's sort of a risk aversion attitude that comes in among investors, and they want to move towards a safer asset, which are usually dollar denominated assets. And that's something that's caused the dollar index to spike up to a 14-month high. And that has its concomitant effect across emerging market currencies and naturally the Indian currency as well. So yes, we may not be one of the worst performers among the emerging market currencies, because we have the lira that's declined significantly, even the rand for that matter, the ruble, the Argentinian peso, all of them have declined. But rupee, undoubtedly worst performer in the Asian markets.
Also, the Indian rupee, which is currently nosedived to a record low against the US dollar, what are the possible implications that we're looking at?
Okay, so you need to understand that firstly, if I have to compare the rupee and the macro health of the country at this point of time versus what it was the last time we saw the rupee tumble in such a manner, it's not as bad. And this, of course, I'm comparing with the 2013 macro fundamentals. We were faced with inflation going above 8%. We had the deficit accounts which were ballooning. You know, the deficit GDP ratio were worsening. But this time around, the macro health is not that bad. We even, in fact, have plenty of forex reserves to really cushion any sort of free fall that is coming by in the Indian currency. We had the inflation data, in fact, that was released yesterday, which saw inflation just cool off a tad bit from 5% to about 4.1%. So there is a bit of relief and a bit of breather kicking in. You know, for the macroeconomics. We also had the RBI, of course, maintaining its neutral stance or its hawkish stance of sorts on the interest rates. They hiked interest rates the previous time. This time they held the gun in terms of that. But do remember, we are faced with a rising crude market. We are faced with the Fed increasing interest rates. The FIIs as well, after, of course, we saw a bit of breather coming by where they were buying into the markets in August. But the last couple of months had seen FIIs selling out. So it could be tough times, but again, like I said, the RBI does have forex reserves to cushion this fall. So the RBI will undoubtedly intervene at this point of time to prevent any further fall in the rupee. Implication, of course, directly will be to your crude prices. Implication will come on your pharma prices. It will come on OMCs, you know, BPCL, HPCL, so on and so forth. So there could be an impact on your crude prices, most importantly, because any depreciation of rupee does have a direct effect on crude prices. So watch out for that. It's something that could come under some, could get more of a hit going forward.
All right, many thanks, Mubina, for getting us those details.